Hello, everyone, and welcome to Girl Time Podcast. I'm your host, Lanisha Huggins, and today I am joined by the amazing mother-daughter duo, Tamica Crumes and Rayah White.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
This is episode 21, The Importance of MOM, and this is the continuation of the celebration of our Mother's Day week. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to receive notifications on all upcoming episodes. Today, like I said, I am joined with Tamika and Rayah, and we're going to talk a bit about their amazing bond because I love seeing them together and I love how you guys interact with each other. It doesn't matter like what you guys are doing. I love how you interact with each other. It's amazing. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to also talk about how things are going with being quarantined. And I know, Tamika, you have to work, so just talk a little bit about that. So if you guys, one at a time, can tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, my name is Tamika, and I live here in Muncie. I work for Department of Child Services. I've been there since October of 2019, and I'm a full-time mom. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm 43 years old and just living life.
I'm Rayah. I'm a full-time student at IUPY, and I'm an art major for visual communication design. I'm a full-time daughter, and I'm looking for a job, so there's that.
I love that role. I'm going to need descriptions for that later. But welcome, ladies. I am so happy to have you guys here with me. And going into our first question.
Okay.
So how have things been going on with you guys since the shutdown and everybody's been in quarantine?
For me, I love it because, this was my first year of my daughter being in college. So it was a big adjustment. So I'm excited that she's home. But I wasn't expecting it to be this way, but I knew she was going to be coming home for the summer and everything anyway. But it's been really good. For the first 2 weeks, I think I worked from home. Right now I'm back in the office. That will change anyway, but actually I'm loving her being home. But I'm also excited for her experience that she has had in college so far, but it's been cool. It's been really, really good. Like, nothing really different. Just she's 19. So, but it's been really good.
That's good.
For me, it's been all right. I mean, I was happy about it, but then I realized I had to be on Zoom calls every Monday and Wednesday, which I don't go to, but it doesn't count against my grades, so it's fine. I mean, I've been trying to find different ways to keep myself busy and actually not procrastinate, which I've been doing a lot. So I guess it's not bad, but sometimes I wish I could just do my homework in like a Starbucks or a Panera or something, but I have to do it on the couch.
Because Starbucks is your favorite place.
Yes, I love me a good tea lemonade.
Speaking of Rayah, you kind of talked a little bit about having to do Zoom calls with your classes. So how was your first year of college?
My first year was really fun. My first semester was a little easier. It was a little bit better than second semester. Everything before spring break was fun, except my math class. That was a little rough, but I think overall I would give it a 10 out of 10.
That's good.
That makes me happy.
Right. So why did you choose your major? What is it again, and why did you choose it?
Oh, my major is visual communication design.
Okay.
I've always liked marketing and advertising and things like that, but marketing was too much numbers and math, and that's not my thing. So I've always been a creative person, so I figured visual communication design would kind of be better for me to get into that field.
That's awesome. Look at you, growing up too fast.
Yes, she is.
So how did you feel, Tamika, about her being away for that time?
Actually, I was really excited. So when Raya was younger, the one thing that I really tried to do is say, help me enjoy each stage of her life. So,
Mm-hmm.
'cause sometimes as a mom and a single mom, you work, 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 and sometimes you don't really get a chance to enjoy because you're working to enjoy the stages of your children. So for me, I just asked the Lord to help me enjoy everything that she's going to do, her different ages. And so actually, so when we went through, high school, when I enjoyed that. So for this, I was really excited because she's going to be learning about herself. She's going to be learning what she's capable of, being on her own, not being really with me all the time. And then she's going to be able to know what she can and can do, her strong suits, her
That's good.
weaknesses, what she's stronger than what she may think, because I'm not in her face all the time. It actually helped me because, as a mom, you got this, you're doing this, or
Mm-hmm.
do this, did you do that? So actually, it helped me back away. And so I tell myself now, you're 19, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
19. Oh, I don't need to ask you that. Oh, you're 19. So it's actually helped me, find me, not just being a mom. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the phase that she's in right now, that she's learning who she is, and how strong she is, and she can achieve anything. I've always told her that you have everything inside of you to succeed. So
That's
it's
good.
going, to show me and show her that, oh my gosh, it's really working. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I loved it. I'm enjoying every stage, every stage. So
That's
yes,
good.
yes.
See you smiling, Rhea. So when you guys heard for the first time that school was shutting down because of COVID-19, and the school taking precautions and everything like that. So what was your first thought? What were you thinking? How did you feel about having to finish the rest of the semester at home? Because I know it's almost over now, but how did you feel about having to?
At first I was like, oh crap, I gotta get all my crap. Like they're gonna lock me out. I need all my clothes. I need everything. So at first I was like, oh, I need to get everything moved out. And then I was excited because anybody knows me, they know I love being at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a homebody all the
Mhm.
time, 100%. So it wasn't until like a few weeks in that I was like starting to miss my friends, and I would never say it, but I missed school. Let's not talk about it. But I was okay with it. I was kind of excited on the low, but
No, I feel you because I after I graduated from Ball State, I'm like, I want to go back to class. I don't miss homework, but I'm like, I want to go back to class just to sit in the class.
yeah. And for drawing, because I have like mandatory drawing classes and stuff like that for my prereq, so it's kind of hard to sit on a Zoom call and draw.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because especially I had to use it on my phone for a while, so it's kind of frustrating. And then I sit there for 2 hours just hearing people talk instead of doing things. So that was kind of annoying, but it was all good.
So, are you done now?
No, well, almost. This week is the week before finals,
Okay.
so everything's died down. Most of my stuff is due at the end of this week or the middle of next week. They just give you until the 9th, so I can do it whenever.
Okay. So, Tamika, how did you feel when you first heard that the schools were closing?
I thought the same thing at first too. We have to get her stuff because you never know. We went to get her stuff during spring break, which I'm so thankful for, because I think after that, she wasn't able to go get anything. So they completely shut down the whole school. So I was so happy we went during spring break before we even knew that had to really be completely, everybody be completely out. So that was my first initial: get all your stuff, make sure your stuff is taken care of. And then I was excited, to see how much she's matured being
Mm-hmm.
away from me, and the different decisions and stuff she's making in school. And I found out she's very responsible, in making sure she gets her things done, whether she wants to or not. But she stays up on her stuff. Like most college kids, the parents still have to be like, did you do that? Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really done that at all. I mean, so So it helped me see, even with everything going on with COVID-19, her being home and seeing how she's grown up. So it's just been a lot of fun, It's just been great. Just having her here, hang out like we normally do, and
Yeah.
figure out things to do while we're in the house. So it's been good. It's been really
So Rayah, tell us your secret. How do you keep organized while taking classes?
Honestly, I don't know. It's different from school to like my actual life, because mother will say this, but my room is way more messier. My school locker, like in high school, was the cleanest thing about me. I don't know. It's just I like all my stuff to be in the same place, because then if I can't find it, I'm stressed, and I don't like to be stressed. My face starts breaking out. And then, so I just figure like if it's all in the right place, then it's gonna get done easier, and then I don't have to worry about it later, pretty much.
And she does not like to um, not have things done. And I think that's the artist side of her. Because even when she's very meticulous of even art, she has to have everything together, everything in place, everything she's going to use. Like she loves to bake, which is a part of art, your creative mind. And so she has to have everything out, everything, that she needs to make whatever she needs to make. And so I think by her going to school, it helped her see she actually does like things neat, even though her room, it depends on and like her closet, is nice, but she still has stuff everywhere. But so it's just that part of her that actually comes out for school, so she won't miss deadlines. And I think that makes her nervous to miss deadlines. Don't have to be behind. She doesn't like to be behind. She doesn't have to feel like she's going to miss this or that. So I think it's helped her by going to school, has brought that side of her where, I mean, she keeps up with emails, and I mean, she even sends me mom bill, like, mom, they just sent me this. She really does very well with that. So she's very responsible. So I appreciate that. So a little bit
that's real good.
Rubbed off without me realizing. I keep up with it. Growing up, okay, we got to do this, and teach her to do things on time. So
that's good. See, Tamika, you did good.
I tried.
You did good.
Yes, she makes me proud.
And I see, well, firsthand, I know, Tamika, that you work a whole lot. And every time I'm somewhere, you're there working. It doesn't matter where I am, you're there working. So have you been working during this time?
So I originally have 4 jobs as a single mom. So actually, I'm only working one job. It was a blessing, actually. I think this was the Lord telling me that I can rest. And
sit down.
And so, no, I just at one job, and every need is met. But yes, normally I'm at 4 jobs. So even after this is over, I still may just be at one. So, which I think would be great. And it's good for me too, plus more quality time, with her. But I am still working.
That's good.
Just one.
So are you going to be okay with just one after this is over?
I hope so. Especially, and I think I stay busy too because I live by myself.
Yeah.
And I just like being out, socializing. But if I do there's one where I don't work a lot of hours, but I still get to socialize and stuff. So I may have maybe one more, and if I want to. So now, one of my jobs, they said, hey, if you want to come in, and if you want to work, just let me know. But I haven't, because I can go in on a Saturday or a Sunday, because most of the other workers, they're teachers, and so they can come in and work and different things. But I haven't. I've just stuck with the one, and I like it. I'm more refreshed.
That's good.
More refreshed.
That's good.
So yeah.
That's good. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're still working, because I know that a lot of people kind of lost their jobs during this time. And I've been really happy because I went from 8 hours to 3 hours a day. And I'm telling you, that made me want to quit less.
Right. Yes.
So I'm like, it's just boring to be there for 8 hours just driving all day. So the 3 hours is helping me hold on. So I understand.
Good. I know the feeling. Yes.
So Rayah, what kind of job are you looking for? Let's put that bug out there.
Anything that's not food, honestly.
Well,
I can't. It's something about I just something about it. So retail in the store, shoot, I work at Walmart that food's packaged. I can do that. I don't know. I applied to Menards. I'm applying to Hobby Lobby and Michaels and all those good stores.
Okay. You're applying in Muncie. Okay, we just want to put that bug out there just in case anybody sees some help wanted signs for Miss Rayah, because she is a great worker. She will work.
Oh, just let me know.
So let's get into your bond. Like I said before, I love seeing you guys together even right now, but we have done a lot of community service projects together, and so I love seeing you guys together. I love the way that you communicate. So tell us how through communication, how do you do it? Like,
I am
straightforward.
Very straightforward. When I had Rayah, even as a baby, I would always talk to her. I've always talked to her, and I've always talked to her in her face. I've never just talked to her like, I've always been eye to eye with her, and I've always been straightforward and honest about everything. I did never sugarcoat anything about me, my life, or the way life is, because out in the world, nothing is sugarcoated. And so that's one thing that I really worked on, is being honest with her, letting her know that I am an open book and she can come talk to me about anything. And if she can't, we have this thing where she can write me. Sometimes never know what it is or whatever she could be going through. Sometimes she can't just come talk to me face to face, even though I have that open concept, but she can write. And so we have actually worked on where she has written me multiple times, and then she'll write me, and then we'll talk about it. And and then that dialogue really has helped a lot, because sometimes it's hard to say what you want to say, but sometimes when you write, you get so much more out. And then I also asked the Lord to give me wisdom with Rayah for every stage of her life also. So how I communicate with her at 5 would have been different at 10. I communicated different with 10, even when she's now 19. So every stage is different because your children are growing. They're maturing, they're developing. I had to always realize she's not me. She is her own person, because sometimes as parents,
it's hard to see.
We think your kids are you, and they're not. She's different from me. She's, our DNA's, everything is different. Our whole makeup, we're a different color. You know what I mean? So I had to really ask the Lord to give me wisdom on how to communicate with Rayah and not look at her as if she's just me, because she's not. She's a totally different individual. And then he gave me wisdom on what to do in regards to her. So I think our bond is because I asked God for help. And then even now, as she's getting older, he's still helping. He's still helping me let go of certain things, know what to say to her, know what to say and when not to say, let her figure things out herself. Because as parents, you be like, you can fix it. But certain things they had to fix on their own. So I think that for me, I think that has helped our bond, because I have been very honest, very open. I'm not perfect. I don't sugarcoat. She's like, Mom, do you have to say it like that? And I do. About everything in life, I have been straightforward about it. So I think that's for me, but she can answer too.
I would say our trust between each other, because a lot of decisions I've made, I'm like, well, I don't know. Because, like some people are like, oh, your mom knows you're going to a party, or like your mom knows where you're at. I'm like, yeah, she knows where I'm at. Because if she doesn't, what happens? I'm just going to be left here.
Being true.
And then you got to come up with a lie. And that's just a lot of work. And I don't have time for that. Because she'll look at you, stare into your soul. It doesn't work for me. So I would say that, and that she lets me be my own person and make my own mistakes, but she's always there to help me. And I know that whatever I do, she won't judge me and just love me for me and stuff like that.
That's good. That's good. Because I have seen that look once, Tamika. When she in the kitchen, that look come out.
Yes, and I've done that since she was a child. I never, I told Rayah, I'm not your friend. I am your mom. And we'll have a different season. So like she's getting older, I'm still your mom, but it'd be in a different way because she's 19. But the respect level will always be there. Like I will always respect her, and I demand respect, back and forth. And then also I share with Rayah, of course, like she said, trust was a very big thing to me, because I told her, if I can trust you, life will always be easy, but I will never disown you. I will never, but trust is a big thing. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I said, it's good for you to have my trust from you. I only have you really with me from 0 to 18. You have from 19 until the Lord comes back to make really your own decisions, where I have some input, but not really. Yeah. So I said, it's best if our trust is where it needs to be while you're in my home. And so if you break that, then it's just not going to work well for you, and so I had to make that clear. And she's a very obedient daughter. I mean, she made it easy. Of course, you have your times, but she made it easy. And she's like, I tell people, she's my angel, and she is. So, but I did have a look, and I still do. But I've always had that. And when I said things to her, I didn't crack a smile. I did not say this is a game, because life isn't a game. And so, but then I also made things fun. And I always did things with her and let her shine and be her own person. I never tried to detour her from who she is. Even as a baby, she loved art, so we did everything art. I didn't try to say, well, you need to try this and you need to try that. No, this is who she is. So I really do let her be her. I really do. And she lets me be me. Even I'm goofy, she's like, oh, Mom. But yeah, she made it easy being a mom. She really has.
That's good. So I wanted to go back to what you said earlier about not seeing yourself in her and not like judging her based on what you would have done when you were her age. So how hard was it for you, or easy, for you to just decipher that in your mind and say, she is her own person. I was my own person at her age, so I'm not going to treat her the way that I would have wanted to be treated at her age.
Right. I had to really, honestly, that's the part of the wisdom I asked the Lord to help me with. Because as parents, there's so many things when you have kids, you see that you want them to do, because it could be something that you didn't do. And you're like, man, I wish I would do that. So, when I have a kid, I'm going to make sure they do this because I wish I could have done that. But no, that's not fair. And so one thing that I had to really do is like, this is who Rayah is. Rayah has this type of mind. She's very creative. She's sensitive, but she's strong, and I had to really look and see and ask, okay, who is she? And Lord, what plan do you have for her life? The plan the Lord has for Rayah, it might take her this way, even though I'll be like, as a parent, but yeah, she'll be better, right? But no, because I'm just here to train her. I'm my job. I got blessed with her, but my job is to train her, ask the Lord to help me with her, and then it's his job to do the rest. And I think for me, that's what has helped me. And it wasn't like easy all the time, because sometimes, Rayah would do stuff and I would like, well, no, you need to do it this way. Or, no, this is the better way. But just because I think it's the better way, but her mind thinks different, it might not be the better way for her. And then she'll do it and be like, oh, it did come out better, because she's not. And our minds think differently. We have a different bone structure, different makeup. I've been here 43 years. She's been here 19. Yeah. So, even though I have wisdom and I can share things with her, and there are some things I have shared with her, and some things she has taken my advice on, be like, oh, yeah, that did work out, Mom. And then be like, oh, okay. So she'll see, yep, what I did share, that does work. So it took some time, as the years progressed, just for me to understand she is not me. Yeah, that's good. I had to let her be her own person. But then that's why I really implemented trust, because what I chose not to do at her age, she may. And I always share with her what I did or didn't do at your age. That was what I chose not to do. But if there's certain things in your life you do choose to do, but just know every action has a reaction in whatever you do in your life. Mm-hmm. So that means if you have an action, it's a good action, you're going to get a good reaction. And then if you choose the wrong action, then you're going to get the wrong, a bad reaction. So I always told her, every action has a reaction in your life. It just depends on where you want to end up. your choices will determine where you want to be when you're age 20, 21, 22. So those type of decisions has helped, me with her in becoming who she is. And then she'll make that decision her own. But I told her, whatever decisions you make in your life, I'll always love you. It's not, there's no mistake you can do that I will never love you. So, but just know you are who you are. And so, yeah, that's how I do it. If I answered that question. Okay.
Yes, that was beautiful. That was great. That was great. So we talked about how you have a system to where she would write something down that's difficult in different situations, because I kind of had that question. But I love that you said that she can write it down and then you guys talk about it later, because one of the things that I want to implement when I do have kids is being able to talk about it the day of and not prolonging it and then getting mad over and over and over about that same thing. So I absolutely love that strategy.
Yeah, and it helps. And then there's sometimes she has written something to me and I'll ask her, do you want to talk about it? And she'll say no. She said, I just wanted you to know. And I said, okay, well, whenever you do want to talk about it, let me know. Sometimes, and there have been times where we don't talk about it. She just wants to pour out her feelings, let me know what's on her mind. And so that gives me the cue, well, let me pray about that. Because there's maybe some things that she doesn't want to discuss it with me. She just wants me to know so she can get it out. And then I'll pray about it. And then and then all of a sudden things just turn around on its own. And then there are some times where we talk about everything she's written to me. So it all depends on the situation. And that works out good too. Because there's sometimes she just wants me to know. So like, okay, that's fine too. And I give her that space. I don't just nag, well, we still need to talk about it. No, I don't do any of that. And she can attest to that. I leave it alone and I keep on trucking.
Unless she knows it's really just eating inside of me. Then she just looks at me and then I start crying and I just lay there and she just talks to me like a good therapy session.
I do that too. When I know, if I know it's something she really has to get off her chest, yes, I will push it, because if I don't push it at that certain time, it'll fester, even though she's written, but sometimes she needs to talk it out. And then if she does really release, if she cries or gets angry or something like that, then I know, okay, it's not going to fester, because if it festers, it gets all in your body. It don't make you feel good. And so we do it like that too. But writing is a great tool for if you have a daughter or a son. It's a great tool to have. It really is. I did it growing up, and so I implemented that to her because it's wonderful.
That's good. So, Rayah, how do you feel when you are given that space to think about what you're going through and then coming back and talking about it later?
It's like a relief. Like, it makes me feel better, especially because I hold a lot of stuff in before I just let it all out. So it gives me a good relief, and then it gives me more time to process like how I'm going to say it, because I know I can tell her anything and she'll help me through it, but it's just getting the words out. So that gives me that time to just be like, all right, this is the situation and stuff like that.
I know one of the things that I didn't write that down, but when I was taking care of my youngest sister, and I saw her doing some things that I used to do when I was her age, or probably worse. And I would try to talk to her, but it was really, really difficult to talk to her because she was already at the stage to where she's grown in her head. And so me trying to talk to her and say, hey, I've been through the same thing. This is what I learned from this, or me beating her upside her head, not really physically, but just continue to talk. And she's just like, okay, you're not my mom. But at the same time, like, I don't want to talk about this with you. But that I love that the dynamic that you guys have, because it really shows a different side of what some people are already going through, and for me too. So, and I know that like these are things that I am learning before I have kids, y'all.
Yes. And every kid is different and every household is different.
Yeah.
That's why wisdom is a great tool as a parent. And one thing I learned as being a mom, wisdom is important in being present with your kids. I think because sometimes for me as a working mom, I think Rayah could have been, I don't know if she was 10 I'm not sure, but of course I work a lot. And so I was working a lot and then I was going to school. And so I really wasn't present with her. And that's when my parents had to help me a lot with her. And for, I think maybe a couple of days a week, she would not talk to me because I wasn't present. And I didn't understand. I was like, what in the world? I mean, she wanted to be with my parents more than me, but because I wasn't there. And so ever since then, I told myself I have to be present, even if I'm working, when she's in anything. I didn't want to miss nothing. If she's something with school, I didn't want to miss it. If she needed my attention, I need to be present. And I didn't have it perfect all the time, but that's one thing that I really did work on, even as she's getting older, things that she's doing. I want to be present for her. And that's a great thing as a mom, wisdom and being present. And no, never be too busy. Sit down and just, okay, what do you need? And you could be tired, you could be exhausted, but just letting them know, oh, she's there, even if it's just a question, because I'm gonna tell you, as a working mom, you're tired, you get frustrated, you gotta be a mom, a wife. I mean, it's a lot of things you have to do. So, but during the Lord will sustain you in every season. He'll just give it to you. And it's not a perfect thing. It's an every hour process. You're not going to get it right all the time. Don't worry about it. But, say, okay, how can I be a mom? What do I need to do for this child? Every child is different. So that's one thing that I know, being present and having wisdom and pray. Just saying, help me with this day.
Yeah.
And I mean, very simple, very quick. So I really try to be that for her, present as much as I can.
That's good. So Tamika, working a whole lot, how did you make time for yourself?
I didn't.
She didn't.
Honestly, I really didn't. I was so driven as a single mom that no, I really didn't make a lot of time for myself. There's a couple of times I went on trips, maybe. I did take a couple of trips, but I really focused on just being a mom. And I really, I lost myself for a while, honestly, because I don't know, because I was a single mom. I just wanted to make sure she had everything she needed. And so when she got a certain age, maybe teenage age, then I finally started doing more for myself. And I do more for myself now. Like, it's been a great season for just finding out who Tamika is, what Tamika likes, even though I know, but sometimes women, and all women do it, they put their stuff on the back burner because of kids, or they're married, or, and so I would tell any woman, single mom, married mom, take care of yourself, do things for yourself, because I really didn't. I didn't do that until she really became a teenager. Yeah.
That's good.
But I just worked. That's just all I knew to do, really worked.
Well, do you guys have any questions for each other?
I'm just proud of her. I'm very proud of her. I really am. And I love her a whole bunch.
Love you too.
Aww. So that is all the questions that I have. And that is the end of our show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to catch Girl Time Podcast right here on YouTube every Friday at 5 p.m. Until next time.